All right, Mr. DJ back up to number 34 on WLS's Swing and Sound Survey, week of March 5th, 1965. Another debut. There are like 10 debuts on this survey the week of March 5th, 1965. Some high turnovers on this thing. And at number 34, debuting Stranger in Town by Dale Shannon. Dale Shannon's still hanging in there in the mid 60s. You know, a song that he wrote, I Go to Pieces, was a huge hit in 1965 by Peter and Gordon. He wrote that song, I Go to Pieces, Dale Shannon did, and I do believe it's going to show up later on in this countdown. It sure does, number 15 on WLS's Silver Dollar Survey. Stranger in Town, Dale Shannon. Dale Shannon, a carpet salesman back in the late 50s, played the High-Low Club at night in Battle Creek, Michigan, along with the likes of a Musictron player. Musictron, sort of a keyboard, electronic keyboard that was played by Max Crook that led that unique sound to Runaway and I think Little Town Flirt. It might have been used on Little Town Flirt. And well, Hats Off to Larry. It was used on Hats Off to Larry. Max Crook and Dale Shannon, the High-Low Club, playing it down back in the late 50s. They got a deal, to make a long story short, with Big Top Records, and they recorded Runaway featuring Max Crook's Musictron. Runaway hit. Number 1. Little Town Flirt, another hit record off the Big Top record label. Hats Off to Larry. But Dale Shannon had a falling out with his managers with Big Top Records. He left that record company, and he formed his own label called Burley Records. But it didn't do anything for him. He released a couple of sides. One of them a minor hit. The other song didn't do anything. And Dale Shannon thought, well, I guess I better wrap this up and get back into a larger record label. And sure enough, he patched things up with his managers, and he signed on with Amy Records. Enjoyed a resurgence. Handyman, a minor hit, somewhat minor hit for Dale Shannon, a cover of the Jimmy Jones record, and then his last top 40 hit, The Scintillating Keep Searching. That wall of sound, that guitar wall of sound just wailing away beneath Dale Shannon's just passionate, urgent vocals. Keep searching, searching. It was just went to number 9 in the States, went to number 3 in Britain. And then Stranger in Town, which I think was his last big hit here in America. Stranger in Town, spring of 1965. Kind of along the same lines of Keep Searching. Didn't do as well for him, though. But it is at number 34 on WLS's Swing and Sound Survey, so you know WLS, Chicago, still having some faith in Dale Shannon. One other thing about Dale Shannon. Oh, man, you're going to love this. Rock and roll historians, here we go. Check this out. Late 1964, Dale Shannon produced a demo recording for another guy, a young fellow from Michigan, same state from where Dale Shannon came from. His name? Bob Seger. Dale Shannon passed a demo, or it might have been several demos. He might have recorded several demos with Bob Seger. He passed it on to Dick Clark. He was on one of Dick Clark's tours in 1965. He passed it on to Dick Clark, and lo and behold, Bob Seger was recording for the Cameo Parkway label, a huge label back in the early 60s, although by 1965 it was getting a little bit diminished. I think it folded in 1966-67, but still, Cameo Parkway. Dick Clark had some deep ties with Cameo Parkway. They were based in Philadelphia, where American Bandstand was being shot in Philadelphia up until 1964-65, when American Bandstand moved to Los Angeles. Bob Seger had some regional hits with Cameo Parkway, and that led to a contract with Capitol Records. Ramble Gambling Man back in 68-69, his first big hit, Bob Seger. Of course, now a rock and roll pop music icon, working with Dale Shannon all the way back in 1964. Dale Shannon, Stranger in Town at number 34 on WLS, swinging Silver Dollar Survey. I'm confusing the Swing and Sound Survey with WABC, but on WLS it was the Silver Dollar Survey. March 5th, 1965.